improv games from people forming a group around a cultural viewpoint?
That's a good question.
Thanks.
You only get one shot at answering this right. Wow.
I'm gonna take a stab at this. I don't think improv as an entity or as an activity or as a concept necessarily gains anything more than music gains anything from being from a different country or from a different culture. But what we gain from doing improv from this perspective is, a little bit more kaleidoscopic experience of what we can make happen. I think it just makes us grow rather than improv grow, because improv is pretty limitless. So we could. I'm sure there's fantastic improvisers in China who do things that we haven't ever conceived of. So doing improv from this, Latino cultural perspective, it's more for us as the performers rather than improv itself.
Here's my take on it. Yes, and the majority of what you said. I think we are able to challenge improv in this following manner, and especially with this group. And this is kind of my mantle to carry versus the rest of the group. This is just kind of my observation. I think this group challenges improv in what is right and what is wrong. I think that there is, we get bombarded through our training as to the rules of improv, and I think Michael Gelman, the improv guru of Second City and other places, instilled in me, which I use to this day, is that I know nothing about improv, I just have a lot of opinions. And when he said that to me, that's always resonated, because we tend, as a community, to give ourselves a lot of rules, things you can do, things you cannot do, on and off stage. And Los Improviachis, at least specifically for what we do, I feel we transcend at least 4 different kinds of disciplines of comedy: stand-up, musical improv, regular improv, and sketch. And we incorporate all of that in what we do. And so we're not quite musical improv, but we're not quite stand-up. And what are you? You're this amalgamation of different viewpoints and different methodologies. And I think that challenges improv more than anything else, because when we go to these venues, we get the luxury of being like nobody else. And so I think we get to challenge what musical improv is all about. For example, when we go play with another musical improv group, it's like they don't know what it is that we did, and it hopefully pushes them to be like, oh, this, what I studied at I.O. or what I studied at Annoyance or Second City or Comedy Sports, I'm being challenged as to, oh, well, look what they did. They didn't stick to what it was that we got trained on. Maybe we can go off and do something else completely different. And I love the fact that this group can do that. We can transcend that, and we can take advantage of the fact that we know we can do that.
I think our group is just the ultimate salute to the idea in improv of making a choice, no matter what that choice is, and committing to it 120%. We come at it with this very specific, hard to define look and style of performing, and we just give all of ourselves to that. And you can walk into a show saying, I don't know what I'm seeing, what is it? I mean, am I allowed to laugh at this? And by the end, you get it, because we committed to that choice as much as we could, and that's, like I said, a major facet of improv is what choice am I making, and does it matter why I made that choice, but no, here it is, and I'm gonna give it to you, and we do that, and so it's cool to be a part of that.
I don't know, I agree with everything everybody's saying, but I'm thinking also about the Pimprov show, and Chemically Unbalanced. We opened for them once, and I had never seen the show before, and I felt that there were certain things about our show that lined up nicely with what they do in their show, and that's really the only other kind of improv experience that I've seen that is similar to ours. I mean, they're completely different shows, but like that idea of kind of using a culture or an idea that's kind of culturally specific, but like making it this super accessible, like fun show for people to be at, and be involved in, and like it's just a new way. Yeah, it doesn't necessarily like change improv, it just changes those people's experience at that show. And it's, I don't know, it's nice, it's fun, it's like, you know, I'm still at my point in my improv like training that I love going to shows and I love like being a part of things and feeling like I'm a part of the performance even if I'm not a player in it. And so shows like that, like Improv and our show, they're so accessible and like super high energy, I think is what it is. It's like you're just like crushing the audience with like your energy and your like just your characters and the way that like they feed off of the audience, like, and the players we feed off of, like we feed off the audience and the audience feeds off of us kind of thing. I don't know, I think those are two, like us and them are really good examples of what that does for the performers and the venues and the people at the shows more than like improv.
May I add one thing? You know, earlier on, I think I didn't quite express, you know, the point I wanted to make well enough, but hearing these guys helped me, I think. Earlier what I said is, you know, I think that improv is pretty limitless in what you can do with it. You know, basically what these guys, you know, have said much better than I did is that we're getting to do things with it that it could always do, but that no one's ever done before.